You think you're a victim of circumstance, don't you? You believe the world is out to get you, that the cards you were dealt were unfair, that you were somehow chosen to suffer. Well, let me tell you something. You're wrong. Stop hiding behind that pathetic excuse. The world doesn't care about your sob story. Life is ruthless. It doesn't wait for you to catch up. It doesn't slow down to give you a breather. It doesn't give a damn about your comfort. Life hits hard, and it doesn't pull punches. You weren't chosen to suffer, you were chosen to fight. You think you're the only one who's had the world throw everything at them? Every person who's ever achieved anything worth a damn has had the same obstacles, the same pain, the same challenges. But they didn't fold. They didn't back down. They didn't let the world beat them into submission. They fought back, and so should you. But you're not. Instead, you've let the past destroy your present. You've allowed the weight of your failures to hold you down like chains around your neck. You've let their words, their judgment, their hatred seep into your soul like poison. And what do? You sit there and let it fester, feeding it, nurturing it. Every time you get knocked down, you don't rise, you cower, you make excuses, you give up before you even start. Let me tell you something. They wanted to kill you. They didn't care if you lived or died. You were just another target in their war. But here's the thing, they missed. God blocked their weapons. They tried to break you, to make you fold, to drown you in your own misery. And for a while it worked, didn't it? They pushed you to the edge. They made you question everything. But you're still here, you're still breathing, you survived. You survived the words, the hatred, the betrayal, the pain. And now it's time for you to stop playing the victim. They thought they could end you. They thought they had the upper hand, but they never saw the strength you had deep within you. They never saw the fighter you were, and that was their mistake. But here's the cold, hard truth. They didn't kill you because they weren't strong enough. No. You survived because something far more powerful than them kept you alive. God blocked their weapons. They tried to shatter you, to wipe you off the face of this earth. But they failed, and now you're standing here. You're standing in the ashes of what they thought was your destruction, ready to rise from the rubble. This is your moment. But do you get it? You weren't just meant to survive, you were meant to conquer. The weapons they used to try and kill you weren't just physical. They used your insecurities, your doubts, your fears, your self-loathing. They aimed at your mind, your heart, your soul. They fired shot after shot, hoping something would land, hoping something would break. But you're still standing. They underestimated you. They thought they could get inside your head and destroy your spirit. But what they didn't know was that your spirit was forged in a fire that couldn't be extinguished. The question is, are you going to keep playing the victim? Are you going to keep wallowing in the shadows of their attack? Or are you going to step into the light and show the world who you really are? Because this isn't the end of the story. It's just the beginning. The real battle starts now. And the truth is, you've been prepared for this moment your whole life. They tried to kill you, but God blocked their weapons. Now it's time for you to take the fight back to them. You're not just surviving anymore. It's time to rise, to thrive, to take control. It's time to show them that you weren't some weak target. You weren't just some pawn to be sacrificed. You are a force. And now you have one mission: to make them regret ever underestimating you. You've been living in a lie. You've been trapped in the same narrative they fed you. The same story that's been holding you hostage for years. They want you to believe you're not good enough. that you're somehow broken, flawed beyond repair. They want you to buy into the idea that your past is your identity, that your failures define you. They want you to keep making excuses for your inaction, for your lack of growth. They want you to think you're incapable, too weak, too scarred to ever amount to anything. But here's the cold reality. That's all a lie. They've fed you that lie to keep you in line, to keep you small, to keep you beneath them. They want to see you weak. They want you to stay trapped in your own mind where you can't see your full potential, where you can't tap into the power you've been suppressing all along. You've bought into it, haven't you? You've swallowed every ounce of their poison. You've allowed their words to become your truth. You've accepted their doubt as your own. Every time you failed, you told yourself it was because you weren't good enough. Every time you hesitated, you blamed yourself. Every time life hit you hard, you told yourself that maybe, just maybe, you deserved it. But no, that's not the truth. That's the lie. You think you're not good enough? Let me ask you, have you ever seen someone who was truly weak rise to the top? No, weakness doesn't lead to victory. Weakness doesn't fuel greatness. Weakness doesn't make history. What makes history is relentless effort. What makes history is the decision to rise, even when everything tells you to stay down. What makes history is the ability to look the world in the eye and say, I will not be broken, I will not be denied. But you've been living like a prisoner in your own mind, constantly replaying your failures like a broken record. You've allowed their lies to become your truth. And with every lie you believe, you give them more power over you. You've convinced yourself that you can't because they told you you couldn't. You've convinced yourself that it's too late because they told you you missed your chance. You've convinced yourself that the pain you're feeling is a punishment, not a lesson. They told you that your worth is tied to your success, that the only way to measure who you are is by how much you have or how far you've come. They told you that the moment you fall down, you're finished. They told you that failure is a scar you can never erase. They wanted to keep you small, so they lied to you. They fed you the idea that success is for the chosen few, for the lucky ones, for the ones born with the right circumstances. But here's the truth. You were never meant to play by their rules. You don't need their permission to succeed. You don't need their validation to rise. You don't need their approval to win. The moment you stop living under their lies, the moment you start living for yourself. They told you that you couldn't because they were too afraid to see you succeed. They knew your potential. They saw it before you did. They saw the fire within you that could scorch everything they built. They saw your drive, your resilience, your hunger. And they couldn't stand it, so they told you lies. They told you you'd never make it. They told you that your failures were the end of the road. They told you that your pain was a punishment, a curse that you'd never escape. But they were wrong. You're not broken. You're not weak. You've just been through hell. And those who go through hell come back stronger. Those who endure pain learn how to push through it. They learn how to turn their suffering into strength. They learn how to use their scars as armor, not as chains. But the moment you believed their lie, that you weren't good enough, that you weren't capable, that your past defined your future, you surrendered. You handed over your power to them. You allowed them to dictate your worth. Now let me tell you something. You are not your past. You are not the mistakes you made. You are not the failures you've experienced. You are not the hurtful words they've spoken. You are not the judgment they've cast upon you. You are the one who decides who you become. You are the one who dictates your future. You are the one who chooses whether to stay trapped in the lie or break free from it. So what are you going to do now? Are you going to continue accepting their lies? Are you going to keep hiding behind their excuses? Are you going to keep playing small, keep playing weak, keep playing safe? Or are you finally going to stand up and break free from the prison of their lies? Because here's the harsh truth. They're not going to stop. They're not going to stop feeding you lies. They're not going to stop trying to break you. They're not going to stop trying to hold you back. But you can stop listening. You can stop accepting their narrative. You can stop playing by their rules. And once you do, once you strip away the lies they've wrapped around you like chains, you'll realize something. You are unstoppable. You are not defined by your failures. You are not defined by your past. You are defined by your decision to rise. The moment you realize that the lie they've been telling you is just that, a lie, everything changes. The moment you stop accepting their narrative is the moment you take back your power. The moment you see their lies for what they are is the moment you decide that you will no longer be a victim. That's when the battle shifts. That's when the war begins. So now, it's up to you. Will you continue living in the lie? Or will you break free and rewrite your story? They've been trying to kill you with their lies, but God blocked their weapons. Now it's your turn to strike back. And this time, you don't just survive, you conquer. Let's cut through all the bullshit. Let's drop the fake positivity, the empty words, the half-assed advice that's been spoon-fed to you for far too long. It's time to face the raw truth, whether you like it or not. You've been living in a fantasy, a bubble of denial, hoping that the world would somehow make it easier for you. You've been hoping that one day someone would come along, wave a magic wand and make everything better. But guess what? That's not going to happen. The truth is harsh. The truth doesn't care about your feelings. The truth doesn't sugarcoat things or give you a pat on the back for your efforts. The truth is this: no one cares about your excuses. The world doesn't give a damn about how hard you try. It doesn't give a damn about your struggles, your pain, your hardships. The world only cares about results. And results don't come from whining, from sitting in self-pity, from blaming others for your failures. Results come from relentless action. Results come from doing whatever it takes to break through every barrier they put in your path. This is the truth. You've been soft. You've been too comfortable in your own misery. You've been wallowing in self-doubt, playing the victim card and expecting sympathy. But sympathy doesn't win wars. Sympathy doesn't build empires. Sympathy doesn't push you to the top. Hard work, sacrifice, relentlessness. Those are the things that make winners. And right now you're not acting like a winner. You're acting like someone who wants the easy way out. Someone who thinks success is some gift handed down from the heavens. But the reality is this: life doesn't owe you a damn thing. No one's going to hand you success. No one's going to pat you on the back for your efforts. No one cares about your excuses. They care about what you do. They care about the choices you make in the face of adversity. They care about your response to pain, to failure, to setback. And you? You've been folding every time life hits you. Every time you've faced a challenge, you've looked for an easy way out. Every time they've told you no, you've accepted it as the end of the road. Every time you've been knocked down, you've stayed there. You've given up too easily. Well, guess what? This is where it changes. You want to know the raw truth? The truth is, your life is a direct reflection of your decisions. Your results are a direct reflection of your actions. The person you are today is the sum of every choice you've made up to this point. And if you're unhappy with where you are, it's because of the choices you've made. It's not because of the cards you were dealt. It's not because of your circumstances. It's because of the decisions you've made to either rise or fall. You're the one holding the reins of your life. You've allowed yourself to believe that circumstances control you. You've allowed the world to dictate your path. But the truth is, you're in control. You always have been. The moment you decide to take responsibility for your life, for every failure, for every success, for every decision you've made, that's when you begin to truly live. The raw truth is this: you've been too comfortable being mediocre. You've been okay with surviving, with getting by, with doing just enough to scrape through. But let me tell you something. Mediocrity is your enemy. Mediocrity will keep you trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and regret. Mediocrity will drain your soul, making you believe that you're destined for nothing more than a life of insignificance. And you're better than that. You were made for more. But you have to stop lying to yourself. You have to stop accepting excuses. You have to stop blaming the world, blaming others, blaming everything except the one thing you control: yourself. Look at your life. Look at the habits you've built. Look at the patterns you've repeated. They're the same ones that have kept you stuck. They're the same ones that have prevented you from going further, faster, higher. Every time you get comfortable, every time you choose to stay where you are, you're surrendering to mediocrity. And let me tell you something. Mediocrity is death. It's death to your potential. It's death to your growth. It's death to everything you're capable of becoming. Mediocrity is the slow, quiet killer of dreams. You think the world owes you something? It doesn't. You think your pain gives you a pass to be weak? It doesn't. You think that just because you've been knocked down, you deserve to be treated with kid gloves? Hell no. You are stronger than you give yourself credit for, but until you wake up and realize that you're the one in control, nothing will change. You have to take responsibility. You have to take action. You have to demand more from yourself even when it feels impossible. So here's the brutal truth. You either rise or you die. There's no middle ground. There's no maybe. There's no I'll try. There's only I will or I won't. Every second you waste, every moment you spend in indecision, is a second you'll never get back. Every excuse you make, every time you let fear control you, is a choice to stay in the same place you're at right now. But I know you can do better. I know you have the strength inside of you to break through. You've made it this far, haven't you? You've survived every attack, every hardship, every setback. You've survived the worst life could throw at you. But it's not enough to just survive. It's time to conquer. The truth is, the weapons they used against you weren't meant to break you. They were meant to test you. They were meant to sharpen you. You're stronger than you've ever known. And the truth is, you've been preparing for this moment your whole life. Stop running from the pain. Stop hiding from the battle. Stop pretending that things will get easier if you just wait long enough. Get up. Fight back. Conquer. This is war. And in war, there is no room for weakness. There is no room for excuses. There is no room for hesitation. This is your fight. Are you ready to win? Let me tell you something you might not want to hear. Weakness is a choice. Every time you give in to fear, every time you let doubt creep in, every time you shy away from the fight, you're choosing weakness. You're choosing to stay exactly where you are, stuck, stagnant, and defeated. But here's the ugly truth you've been avoiding. Weakness doesn't just cost you in the moment, it costs you in the future. Every time you choose to stay weak, to stay complacent, to stay comfortable, you're selling your future for a fleeting sense of ease. And that future, it's slipping through your fingers. Think about where you are right now. Look at your life, your career, your health, your relationships, your finances. Look at the results you've achieved so far. Do you like what you see? Are you proud of the progress you've made? Are you truly satisfied with the way your life is going? Or are you just existing, floating by, hoping that things will magically improve on their own? That's weakness at work. It's that part of you that refuses to take responsibility for your own life. It's the part of you that looks for excuses instead of results. The part of you that convinces yourself that you're doing enough, when, deep down, you know you're not. You've convinced yourself that it's okay to coast, that it's okay to just get by. But let me break this down for you. Weakness leads to regret. You will look back one day, and if you don't wake up now, you'll see a trail of missed opportunities, unfulfilled dreams, and a lifetime of what-ifs. You'll see the times you could have pushed harder, the moments when you could have taken a chance, the opportunities you could have seized. But instead, you played it safe. Instead, you listened to the voices that told you to hold back. You let your fear, your comfort, your excuses dictate your every move. And you'll hate yourself for it. Regret isn't just a feeling, it's a weight. It's a burden you carry for the rest of your life, and it gets heavier with every passing day. Weakness, that soft complacency, will make you a prisoner of your own regrets. You'll drown in them. You'll curse yourself for not having the courage to go after what you wanted when you had the chance. And it will be too late. What happens when you choose to stay weak? What happens when you let fear control you? What happens when you decide that good enough is enough? You become irrelevant, and being irrelevant is worse than failure. At least failure means you were out there trying, fighting, struggling. But when you choose weakness, you fade into the background. You become just another face in the crowd, forgotten, unnoticed, unimportant. Look at your competition. Look at the people around you who are making moves, taking risks, facing adversity head on. You think they're better than you? No, they're not. The only difference between them and you is that they chose strength. They chose to face the pain, to break through the barriers, to do what others weren't willing to do, while you stayed weak. Do you really want to live a life of irrelevance? Do you really want to be just another statistic, another person who had potential but wasted it? Because that's where weakness will take you. It will take you to a place where you'll wish you could turn back time, but it will be gone. You will be forgotten. But it's not just your future that's at stake. It's your very soul. Weakness destroys you from the inside out. It rots your spirit, makes you a shell of who you could be. It drains you of your energy, your passion, your drive. It strips away the fire that you once had, the fire that made you believe you could conquer anything. Weakness ties you to the ground and tells you to stay there, as if you don't deserve to rise. It feeds into your insecurities. It tells you that you're not good enough. It tells you that you don't deserve success, that you don't deserve to live the life you dream of. It's a lie. And the more you listen to it, the more it suffocates you. Every time you choose weakness, you're giving up on yourself. But here's the thing about weakness. It's a trap. It's designed to keep you stuck. It convinces you that you don't have the strength to fight back, that you don't have what it takes to make it. It tells you that you'll fail anyway, so why bother trying? It's a lie. And the worst part? You've been believing it. You've been buying into the lies that weakness has fed you. You've been telling yourself that it's okay to stay comfortable, that it's okay to stay where you are. You've convinced yourself that it's okay to quit, to give up, to settle. But it's not okay. And I don't care what's happened in your past. I don't care about the failures, the rejections, the people who've doubted you. All that matters is what you do right now. Weakness doesn't matter anymore. Fear doesn't matter anymore. The only thing that matters is what you choose to do from this moment forward. You have a choice. You can choose to stay weak and live a life of regret, of mediocrity, of missed opportunities. Or you can choose to rise, to fight, to become the person you were always meant to be. And if you choose weakness, then you're choosing your own destruction. You're choosing a life of suffering, of disappointment, of wasted potential. You're choosing to stay small when you were meant to be great. The only consequence of weakness is the death of your dreams. There is no maybe here. There is no someday. There is only right now. And if you don't make the decision to step up, to stop making excuses, to stop hiding behind your fears, you will regret it for the rest of your life. The question is simple. Are you going to choose weakness or are you going to choose strength? This is the turning point. This is where everything changes. You've heard the truth now. You've felt the sting of your own weaknesses. You've seen the consequences of staying stuck, of giving in to comfort, of letting fear control your life. But now, we're moving past that. We're leaving behind the excuses, the self-pity, and the weakness. We're stepping into the fire, and we're coming out stronger. If you're still standing here, if you're still reading these words, it means something. It means you're ready. You're not one of those people who will walk away from the truth, from the challenge, from the call to rise. You've been knocked down. You've been beaten. You've been betrayed, rejected, and abandoned. But here's what you need to understand. Those trials were never meant to break you. They were meant to forge you. The fire didn't destroy you. It tested your will, your strength, and your resolve. And you're still standing. The world tried to break you. It threw everything it could at you. It sent people to tear you down and made you doubt yourself, and it shoved every obstacle it could in your path. But look at you. You're still here. Let that sink in for a moment. They thought they could kill your spirit, take away your drive, steal your power. They failed. You're still here. And now it's time to rise. It's time to move forward with the fire that burns within you. It's time to let the pain fuel you, to let the betrayal sharpen you, to let the failures be the very things that push you to the next level. You've been living in a state of fear, of hesitation, of doubt. And now, we're going to kill that part of you. It dies here. You're not who you used to be. You're not the same person who let people walk all over them. You're not the person who gave in to fear or waited for someone else to save you. You're not the person who believed the lies about your limitations, about your worth. That version of you is dead. The person standing here now is a warrior. You're not afraid anymore. You don't wait for permission. You don't look for excuses. You don't care about what people think. You're about to show the world exactly who you are. And here's the secret. You've always been this powerful. The power was always inside you, waiting for the right moment to unleash. But first you had to be tested. You had to go through the fire to understand what you're truly capable of. Now that you know, nothing, absolutely nothing will stand in your way. This is your moment. No more hiding, no more waiting, no more procrastinating, no more listening to the people who told you that you weren't good enough, that you didn't deserve success, that you should just play it safe. That life is over. The warrior inside you is awake now, and that warrior is hungry. Hungry for success, hungry for power, hungry for victory. You've seen what happens when you allow weakness to take root. Now, you're going to see what happens when you stand in your power, when you embrace the fight, when you choose to dominate instead of being dominated. This is the rebirth. This is the point where you leave behind your old self, your old limitations, your old fears. You are stepping into the light, into the future you've always deserved. But it won't be handed to you on a silver platter. It won't come easy. You've got to fight for it. And that's exactly what you're about to do. You are going to fight like you've never fought before. You're going to attack your goals with the same aggression you've been fighting off your doubts and fears. You're going to hit harder, push further, and rise faster than anyone around you. But the key is this. You must believe in your power. You must know deep in your soul that you are unstoppable. The past has no hold over you. The failures, the mistakes, the heartache, none of it defines who you are now. You define yourself. You are in control. And this is just the beginning. You've been held back long enough. No more waiting for the right moment. No more telling yourself that you'll try again tomorrow. Tomorrow doesn't exist. The only moment that matters is the one you're in right now. You've been given a second chance. The universe, God, fate, they've all lined up to give you this moment. But what are you going to do with it? Are you going to let it slip by, or are you going to seize it with everything you've got? Let me tell you, there's no middle ground. Here, you either rise or you fall. The choice is yours, but let me remind you, you have what it takes to rise. You have the strength. You have the courage. You have the fight in you. The question is, will you let it out? No more waiting. No more hesitating. You're stronger than you've ever known. You've got the heart of a lion, the resilience of steel, and the drive of someone who knows that nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop them now. Rise, warrior. Rise and claim what's yours. This is where it ends, and this is where it begins. The battle is not over. It's only just starting. The fire that's been kindling inside you. It's time to let it burn. The army of doubt, of fear, of weakness. They've surrounded you, cornered you, tried to tell you that you don't stand a chance. They've whispered in your ear that you're not strong enough, that you're too small, that your time has passed. But they don't know you. They don't know what's inside you. The final command is here, and it is not a request. It is an order. Stand up. The time for excuses is done. The time for hesitation is gone. You will no longer be the person who waits for the right moment. There is no right moment. The only moment that matters is the one you're in right now. You've been handed the weapon of truth, and now you must use it. Every obstacle in your path, every person who has ever doubted you, every negative thought you've entertained, they are nothing compared to the power inside you. If you don't act now, if you don't pick up that weapon and charge forward, you'll be left in the dust. And when you look back, all you'll see is wasted time, wasted energy, and wasted potential. Don't let that be your fate. This is not about being perfect. This is not about waiting for everything to align perfectly. It's about the fight. It's about taking the first step even when you're terrified, when you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. It's about showing up every single day, no matter what. You have the power to change your life, but only if you stop waiting for someone else to give you permission. You are the authority in your life. The moment you stop seeking validation from others, you reclaim your power. So now I'm telling you this: get moving. Stop looking back. Stop wondering if it's the right time. The right time is now. You've been tested, you've survived, you've earned this. This is your moment of transformation. And I'm not asking you to change. I'm telling you to change. The world is not going to wait for you. It doesn't care about your fears or your doubts. It doesn't care about your mistakes. The world moves on, whether you're ready or not. So stop holding back. This is your chance to rise, to become the version of yourself you've always known you were meant to be. You've fought for this. You've bled for this. And now you will own it. No more running. No more hiding. This is the war, and you are the victor. So here's the command. Step forward. Take the next step, and then the next, and keep going, because your story isn't finished, it's just beginning. The people who doubted you, they're watching, and when they see you rise, when they see the unstoppable force you've become, they'll know they never stood a chance. Now go. Make them witness your power. The battle's over, you've won, but your war has just begun.